A lot. And I ride around town a lot for my job and other things that I'm involved in. And I'm one that's drawn to nicely, well manicured lawns. But I also see some that could use a little work. And with this time of year coming, I thought, I'd really like to do a show on this because while I don't have a lawn, I want to do something to spruce up my home, my porch, and so speak a little bit about, before we actually do some hands-on, speak a little bit about what one can do if they don't have a lawn, but yet maybe they want to just fix up a porch or front door, or what have you.
Well, one of the things that I like to do with gardening is I want you to have fun with it. Okay, I really want you to enjoy it. It's something that should make you happy. In my house, I leave very early in the morning and typically come home very late at night. And about the only piece of my garden I see on a daily basis is when I'm backing out of the driveway. Whatever I see through the windshield is what I see of the garden. And it really does make me happy. I put some of my favorite plants there. I put plants that I like to visit, meaning as I go in and out of the door, I put plants that are really close and proximal. The other thing is, I think, now, especially the way we live our hectic lives, is you can have a retreat in your backyard, or you can have a retreat on your patio. It's very common to take a small courtyard or a balcony, put some containers out there, and just really enjoy it. It's not at all uncommon to even have a water feature out there. We have self-contained water features that have the little bit of movement of water, and they can make a wonderful sound. If on your patio you use a plant that has some fragrance to it, not only are you going to get the beauty of the plant, the beauty of the bloom, but you can get some fragrance out there. This time of year there's a plant blooming called Daphne odora. The fragrance is just absolutely overwhelming. Gardenias are plants that have fantastic fragrance. So often we're into that aromatherapy we bring into the house with candles or soaps or whatever. You can bring that right onto your porch by having some fragrant plant material. So I think any little piece of your world you can brighten up with some plant material. Also, it can really make your environment a whole lot healthier. NASA did a survey a few years ago that talked about improving indoor air quality, and you should have 3 plants for every person living in a house. If you have 3 average-sized house plants for every person living in the house, then your oxygen ratio that's produced by these plant material and the air cleaning is shown to be very beneficial.
3 plants for every person living in it? Wow, okay.
And that can be a very small number. Or they can be grouped together, or one large tree like a ficus tree or something like that could take up the group of all 3. But 3 average-sized plants per person is their recommendation.
And it's amazing how it makes your home look nice too. I love greenery in the home because it does something to it. This is the plant that this plant is very sentimental to me. It was from my grandfather's funeral, and I've since repotted it, and it's blooming like crazy, and I just love it. But that, and I have maybe 3 or 4 others sitting near my sliding glass door, and it just makes the house look nice.
Yeah, and then you can actually just step out right onto that patio and then have another environment out there. You can grow fruits, you can grow vegetables, you can grow plants to cut and take inside. You could even, I've got one client who has a palm collection. She has palm trees that she keeps on her balcony. She also has a tree that she has specifically there for a Christmas tree. It's very sentimental to her to have a Christmas tree. She doesn't have a yard, but we planted a dwarf Alberta spruce in a container on her porch. So every year she decorates it for Christmas, and it goes full season for her.
Wow.
Add a little bit of brightness and a little bit of life. Painting your front door. You can get a can of paint for $10 and put a personality color on that front door, and then maybe tie it in with a plant or 2 that accent or complement that color. And the process of going home can be fun.
Good ideas. Maybe taking some plants. If you have stairs, do you recommend putting plants on each of the steps?
There's even containers now that are built that take up a step, so the container can sit on more than one step. It's very common actually to do that, to focus attention. Plants can really help to take someone. Many houses have more than one entrance, and we want to make the formal entrance maybe the front door. So by arranging containers, you can make that visually more interesting. It's interesting the way people respond to plant material, and you can really create a mood by the plants that you select and put in to an area.
Okay. Well, at this time, we're going to put Scott's information, contact information on the screen. And by the way, they also do a weekly radio show on 1070 WINA every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. So if you want to learn a lot more about gardening and landscaping from Scott and his colleagues, David's going to put that information on the board, and we will see you back in about a minute, and stay tuned.